Here it is. If you wanted to know more about me, this is the series for you, where I talk all about my life in Dota 2. Hello everybody and welcome to my second episode of Talking with PB. Now, this is a little bit different than how I did it last time. I tried recording several of these throughout the week. Throughout the week? Yeah, you could say throughout the week. I recorded, and I don't think, well, I probably did, knowing myself. I recorded the last one probably sometime around the weekend. Probably Friday, Saturday, Thursday maybe, Thursday, Friday, somewhere around there. Today is currently a Wednesday. I think the first episode of this just went out. I think I got one comment on it so far, maybe. I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked and my internet's down at the moment. I got an email on my phone and it cuts off before it tells me anything like useful about the guy. It tells me anything useful about their recommendations. All it says is like some of my favorite, I think it was Cole Mortimer or something like that.
5 seconds remaining.
It's Cole something. I don't think I have it on my phone anymore. Oh wait. What's his name? His or her? Yeah, Cole Mortimer or Cole Mortimer. I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me how you say your name, dude, or dudette, or you know, whatever. But although if you were a horse, I'm just saying that would be amazing. A horse watching this and giving insightful comments, that would be insane. I don't know why I thought horse, but I thought horse. Anyways, so the difference between this episode and last episode is that I'm doing a voiceover. I'm watching what I just recorded. I literally just recorded it. And now I'm watching it and talking over it using good old Audacity. I love Audacity. If you're ever looking for a recorder or something to record sound, or to edit your sound, I recommend Audacity. They're amazing. I've been using them since forever. It's been years that I've been using them. Even before I had a professor I had a class at my old college called Teaching Music with Technology, and the class was being taught by like a guy who had already retired from teaching high school, and now he came out of retirement after a few years and started teaching at the college. It's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. The video is buffering. Well, we'll see how. Well, I'll improvise with the audio editing, I guess. And he taught us, he was supposed to teach us about, you know, how to teach technology with music. And I mean, God bless the guy, he did the best he could. Great guy. He was a teacher, he was one of my professors for a lot of my classes, and he was my advisor also. And my band director, coincidentally. But he was not with the times. He was like, Audacity, great new program, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I've been using Audacity since like sophomore year, since like I started downloading applications, since I like started using the internet. Since I started interneting, I used it. I don't even know why I had it. I didn't really do anything audio-y. Oh no, that's a lie. I used to record episodes for a long time ago on my old channel. I used to do my old channel. I still own the channel. I just don't use it anymore, because why don't I use it? Because all it is like middle school. Oh god, middle school. Those were some years. Middle school and like early high school. And then once people started asking me for my YouTube account, I switched it to my more modern one, which is the one I use, my personal use YouTube channel. And then there's this one where I make video game videos, but on my old channel, I don't remember the name of it, but I used to make vloggy type videos, like old school YouTube, and using my camera on my old HP laptop, and I would talk about just issues concerning me and that I thought other people would find helpful. And I guess they did. I don't know. I didn't put many of them out there because, again, internet. And there goes First Blood. Oh, that was so dumb. I hate it when bots do that. They just run in without thinking about the situation. They always tower dive, and it really makes me angry. Anyways. But yeah, and like all those things, and he was just like, why? I'm just like, God, why am I taking this class? The only good thing that came out of that class was the fact that I learned one new app program that I got to use the smartboard, which I had never done, like the interactive touchy ones, the ones you touch with. I think I used an Elmo or a Ladybug or whatever you want to call it. There's like several names for them I learned. It's basically like a mini projector. You can project pieces of paper and stuff and to the projector or the smartboard and stuff like that. It's like an old school projector, just mini, and without having to use that clear sheet of paper with the roll, and you go, oh, and with the vis-a-vis, man, those are the days. I remember sometimes as a punishment, our teacher would make kids clean the roll of clear paper for the projector during recess or something if they were bad in class. Oh man, those were the days. I imagine it's the modern take, quote unquote modern take on having the, what is it with the chalkboard erasers that you would have to like clean them, clap them together or whatever. You can't see me, but I'm clapping them together in my hand like I've seen in movies. Good times. Oh yeah, that and a program called, God knows what it was called, Tropical something, I don't know. It was great for elementary use. I mean, it was a useless class mostly because you never, oh, this is a great escape. Bam! Weren't expecting that, son. If you ever play against Zeus, the first thing you should ever get is a magic stick, which is where, if you look down at the, let's see, on the bottom right corner, where you see my space, where it says space, that is a magic stick, and if you're ever playing against Zeus, that should be your first item, like, no matter what. If you know you're going to be laning against Zeus, Zeus usually goes mid lane, but Shadow Fiend technically is a better mid laner, but Zeus needs farm, and mid lane is where you get farm fast. Farm and levels. But he didn't do it this game, but Zeus spams out a spell all the time, and that's how he gets last hits. I don't know why he didn't do it this time round. He would have harassed me a lot. Anyways, that's getting too technical. Too technical with Dota, and I don't know if you guys want that or not. It won't be the main idea. Obviously, this is just me and you having a conversation. Let's see, what were we... Oh, yeah, some awesome elementary school, but the thing about music and technology is that, one, not all schools have a bunch of computers that kids can use. Two, not all elementary teachers have a classroom where they could teach, a dedicated classroom. A lot of people teach out of a cart, music a la carte, and which basically means they teach at several elementary schools, and they're only at that school for a very short amount of time. Bam! Huh. Killed him. And then I think no, I don't die here. So, the chances that you're going to be able to use technology like that are pretty slim unless you go to like a really good elementary school and they're asking like a really big one with good funding. That's the only time you would actually, use that kind of program. Otherwise, useless. But it was really fun for us. It was the only good program. There was a list that we had to go through, and we had to pick. We didn't get to pick it. That's a lie. We did not get to pick it. We had to, it was given to us, and then we were graded on how interesting we made it. It was so dumb, because we only had demos for some of them, and they were so boring. Like, there was no way some of those programs could be made interesting. Some of them were like, I assume when you grind something, that's pretty much what that was, except like old school, like probably early 2000 websites with like Windows 98 looking windows. Like, it was so bad. Anyways, that, and also we had to use an iPad, so we were given some iPads from the school, iPad 1, like the original one, or like the second generation. And I learned that I freaking love iPads, and my iPad is probably going to be my first purchase when I get a real job after I graduate. I freaking love them. Like, I use it for everything. Oh, I die. There's nothing miraculous that happened here. I was stunned too long, I wasn't able to do anything. I was considering buying back here, but we wouldn't have done anything. I don't. Yeah, he had mana, but we wouldn't have been able to do anything. Well, at least we're winning mid by a lot. I think we're behind like 5 seconds at this point, so I'll try and preemptively say anything if I'm talking about the game. Let's see. Also, we no, yeah, pretty much it. I saw, I think it was my freshman year. I had to be my freshman year that I had that class because, and in the spring, because I remember I was using it. We got to keep it for a week or two to get used to it and be able to use it for our lesson plan. Spoiler alert, we didn't get to use it because they were locked by the school and we couldn't download anything. So we could only, like, emulate doing something. Emulate an emulation of us teaching, basically, is what we had to do. It was so dumb. So dumb. It was like one of the worst classes I took at that school, honestly. Would not recommend. 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
No agony.
Right here I'm just telling my... I see that Juggernaut's up here, and I didn't get to see if he was level 6 or not. If he's level 6, he'll be able to one-shot Warlock. So I was just like, no, dude, you're not tower diving. Okay, he won't be able to one-shot us because I think level 1 is only like 2 or 3... I don't know what they are, swings? And I don't think that's enough to kill us, but those tower shots would have been. So I was like, nope, you're staying back and you will not die. I refuse to let you die. Oh, yeah, and I was saying because it's funny, I usually stayed up a lot at night because, I had a lot of trouble sleeping when I was over there, in college, over there. Oh, I was like, I didn't get to see what happened here. I was too I had too much concentration going on with last hitting and denying because I knew there was more than one hero up here, so I was very nervous. Do I kill him? Yes, I do. Do I die in the process? That's a good question. Here, I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to my Great Escape. So, oh, I think I do die. I don't remember. Anyways, so I was sitting in my bed, trying to convince myself to go to sleep, and I was just on my iPad waiting for sleep to come to me. Like, I didn't even get sleepy. Well, anyways, so I was on the iPad, and one of my favorite things to do on it was watch YouTube, surprise, surprise. And I was watching a popular video that I don't even remember where I saw it. Where, like, I saw it that I was gonna click on it. Maybe it was Twitter, and then I went to the YouTube. I die. Do I die? I don't die. And I saw the, what's her name? Kristen Bell sloth video where she starts crying, and it's so amazing. But I was watching that, and my roommate was asleep, and she had an early class the next day. I think she had like a 9 AM. I'm not too sure. I mean, so did I, but I'm more used to not getting I was more used to not getting a lot of sleep. And so I was watching this video, and I don't even know, I made this like strangled noise because I just wanted to laugh so hard. And I had to choke back the laughter. I think I die here. I think I put too much trust in this guy. I don't know, I get one. And then I maybe die. Oh, now I'm for sure have to be 5 seconds behind. Or at least, or more maybe. I hit a creep here. That's how far away I am. Let's see. It was so funny. I was just sitting there laughing, trying to laugh, not out loud, in the middle of the night after watching that Kristen Bell video, and oh, it was so funny. But I die here, for sure. I die one other time. Wait, hold on. Have I only died once? I die a few more times. Oh, no, this is where Lion KS's me. Twice. I had a lot of KS's this game. Not as many as the last game. Maybe. I for sure die here, probably, most likely. I'll try and stop predicting it. Oh, yes I do, because I couldn't get out. I tried so hard. But he used his ult, so... And he had war strength, so I didn't feel too bad. Let's see. So that's a good experience, and I know I want an iPad, like, very badly. And not, like, it's not that I like tablets, because personally, I don't. Like, my phone, I have a BlackBerry. I have a BlackBerry Curve 8900. That's the model of my phone. I've had it since either my sophomore year of high school or a little bit afterwards. Because I got a replacement phone because my first phone stopped working. Did I get him? See? Just chaos is all over the place. Viper KS's me plenty. So don't even, like, fret about me stealing his kill there. But yeah, I don't like touching apparatuses. That sounds weird. I don't like things that I have to touch to work. That also sounds bad. I don't like touchscreens. Touchscreens are annoying because I have oily hands. Or like, okay, it's not that I have oily hands, it's that I have an oily face. And no matter like what I do, like natural oils all the time. And I put my hand on my face a lot, like when I'm reading something and I'm like, I lay my face in my palm and stuff like that. And so because of that, I die here. And because of that, or maybe I don't die here. I have to die sometime. No, I think we get this tower. Maybe. Nope, we don't. Well, maybe. He also steals towers from me. It's very, very aggravating.
And not a single fig was given
anyways,
on that day.
Yeah, and so because of that, there's always just like marks on touchscreen things, and I'm not about that life. So I don't like tablets or like touch phones in general. I like my QWERTY keyboards, my QWERTY boards. Keyboards, as I like to call them. Oh, I was like, why do I only have a Sanj and not the Yasha? I haven't bought it yet. Yeah, I say a lot. I try very hard not to. I took speech like every other freshman in the world in college, and we had to give speeches, obviously. And one of the comments was always to everyone was, don't say like, don't say don't say all these other words. And I'm like, I don't want to make a presentation. I want to seem like human. Sorry. Sorry. Oh. I don't know if I just backtracked. They just died. I don't know how far away that is, but just so you know, that's where my latency is. I don't know why it's backtracking. It sometimes does this with like long videos that I've never watched before. It's very odd that way. Anyways. He doesn't chaos this one. I think he does chaos this one. If you play Troll Warlord, make sure to spam your range W all the time. Oh yeah, for sure chaos there. I feel like I would have gotten the bash. I guess it was favor. I might die here if I'm nice. Nope, I don't die here. I die later on here because I've only died twice. I die 4 times in all in this game. And I only die once late game. This is like a 40 something long, 40 minute something long game. Oh, I thought that got KS. Like I say all the time, KS means kill steal, by the way. If anyone's like, God, you... Or they were like KS after you killed someone.
Your bottom tower is under
That's
attack.
what they mean. You stole. You stole their kill.
Yes.
Let's see. So, I'm pretty sure I'm no longer teaching. I'm no longer teaching violin and piano lessons. The lady of the mom of the two kids that I teach has not contacted me since we were supposed to have our lesson. And so I don't know like what's up. Either she's in a ditch somewhere, or like I don't know, maybe something I did offended her. I don't know. I can't think of anything I did during the lesson to make her no longer want to bring her students, my students, her children. And the only thing I could think of is that she brought one of the kids really, really early one day, and had me keep them like the entire length of the time, and wait for the other guy. It was almost like, it was like an hour and a half at least that I had him, and it was a young one. It was the like, I think he said he was in 2nd grade, 3rd grade. I don't know but his attention span is very short, and he's the more restless of the two. And he's the one I have to teach, like not advise. I have to teach this one. So I'm not terribly fond of everything. I was confused here because the fissure blocked my pathing, and I was confused just long enough there that I wouldn't have been able to do anything useful there. I think I die here. I think I YOLO it, and I die here. I do. I YOLO it and I die here. Again, this fissure ruining my life. I think I would have gotten him if those creeps hadn't gotten in my way. Does he die? Oh, he does die. Interesting. I did not realize that. See? I was like, this fight was so dumb. The entire thing was so dumb. It was dumb, y'all. It was super dumb. But yeah, and so, like, to entertain the kid for the last like 20 minutes of the quote-unquote lesson, I had to talk to him because I had literally done everything that I was planning to do that lesson, and there was nothing more I can do. Everything required him to do more practice, and he was already to the point that if we spent more time on actual, you know, doing things, he would have gotten frustrated, and that's not really something you ever want to do. Because especially with beginners, because then they'll lose interest, you know. So I talked to him the last 20 minutes, and the other kid, my other student, the one I teach violin to, we weren't sure if we had the same recording of the song because he's learning Suzuki style, and Suzuki basically means you learn mostly by ear. You don't learn like with a piece of music in front of you. We learn word vomit. You learn by ear. So basically there's a recording of a song, or your teacher plays it, and then you're supposed to copy them and emulate the song in that manner. And so those sounds always freak me out because I'm not used to them. They added new sounds into Dota. I'm playing in the test build. It's a little late in the video for me to tell you that, but I'm playing in Dota 2 test because there's a new hero coming out called the Oracle, and apparently the bot's out, so I'm playing more on a Dota test build, trying to get the Oracle bot and see what's up with him or her. I don't know. It might be genderless. I'm not too sure. Well, sexless. Let's see. And yeah, and the violin kid, we weren't sure if we had the same recording, and so I taught him with the recording I had because that's the official Suzuki one, and I had the sheet music to it, so I just assumed that I was correct and he was just hearing it wrong at home. And unless it turns out that he was right and it wasn't the key he thought it was in, and that might have upset him. But those are the only two things I could think of that maybe could have offended her or the kids. I don't know. But she hasn't contacted me. I left her a voicemail. I called her to see what was up like 2 days ago, and she hasn't contacted me. So I'm just assuming that little thing is over. It's probably like karma because I never contact anyone to say I'm not doing something anymore. Like when I quit my job as a server, I didn't tell anyone. I just sort of stopped answering calls and stopped going. It's very Rose Ellen Dix-ish. Rose Ellen Dix is a YouTuber. She's a British YouTuber. That was terrible. I'm so sorry if I offended anyone. She's a British YouTuber who has a channel with her fiance, Rose. I think her last name starts with a D. I'm not too sure, but she has a video out, and I don't know what it is. I don't know which one. It was a long time ago. It's not one of the recent ones. It was probably last year, and it was called. But there she says that she's never been fired from a job. She just never goes back, and I'm like, that sounds like something I would do. And then it turned out it was something I did do. Here, the reason I went back to base is because you see it right there. I don't have any mana, and so I would have just gone in and looked like an idiot. Because the Strength and Troll Warlord is your melee W and your war cry, if that's what it's called. And if you don't have mana for either of those, then no point. I mean, your range W is also important, but not as important. I got there just in time to see that. Let's see. But yeah, so that's probably over. It was nice while it lasted. It gave me a reason to remember why I love teaching again. Teaching music. But another thing I've been thinking, I was in the leadership program at my old school, and they send out a fall and a spring, like, pamphlet type thing. It's a book, short little book that tells you, like, what's going on with leadership and stuff like that. The leadership program, because it's a very good leadership program, which I sort of lucked into. I really didn't want to do it, but I filled out the application anyways. That came in my acceptance packet. Once I said, sure, I'll go, because they sent me sorry for my squeaky chair. They sent me, when I got like I said, I don't remember applying, but I applied to the leadership program, and so yeah, so I got the one for fall 2014, and there was a young woman who died oh god, I paused the video. Oh snap, I'm gonna have to end this video early. There's this young woman who died right before Christmas last year. Last year as in 2013. I guess it is almost a whole year, wow. And she was only a sophomore, and I only knew her a year because I left for her second year. And so I only saw her as a freshman, but like, I was reading her it's like her remembrance. I don't know what it's called, but the thing to help remember her, well, to tell us like what she did for the program and stuff like that, and remembering her memory. Oh, the redundancy of the words I'm saying. And so I was reading it, and I was reading like all the things she did, and this is the reason I sort of didn't want to be in the leadership program. We had a sort of leadership program. We had the National Honor Society, which, you know, was supposed to inspire leadership. That's one of the 5, 6, 7, I don't know, one of the like things in the motto is leadership. And like, it's not that I'm not a good leader or anything like that, or I don't want to be a leader. It's that I didn't have any direction for leading. Like, I have a lot of passions, a lot of things that I'm passionate about, but nothing I particularly want to concentrate on. Like, one thing I want to fight about. I die here. This is my last death. Don't worry, guys. I tried to the TP out to see if I can make it. I wouldn't have, because stupid lion got there. Anyways, but But I was reading it, and it was talking about all the things she did, the things she started, like she started a, what was it? Something, a, no, not that. I'm reading it right now. Oh, the Interfaith Association, because she was a religious studies major, and apparently she wanted to work for a legal department of a large corporation as a religious consultant. Sorry. And so she founded that, I guess, the second year, because I didn't hear about it my first year there. Well, my first year when I was there. And it was supposed to be about educating the community about world religions and promoting understanding, tolerance, diversity, and respect between religious and non-religious individuals, which is a noble cause. And I was just like, you were so young. You were only probably like 19, possibly 19, maybe 20 when she died. Well, she was born in 2000. She was 19, and I'm just like, how do you know this is like what you want to do? Like, I didn't even know I wanted to teach, guys, until March of my senior year of high school. I was convinced I wanted to be a chemist, and I was gonna study chemistry. And something like, no offense to people who do chemistry, you guys are innovative enough, but like it's like you don't have to believe anything, and you don't have to accomplish anything as a chemist. You can just work in the laboratory and do stuff. Like, you can discover new things and stuff like that and all of that, but it's on a level different than what I'm talking about. And so I didn't really go in thinking of anything I wanted to do with the major. It was just going to be a major I was going to get. And I guess that's a story for a lot of young people. A lot of people wanting to go to college, and just in general. Like, who do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish in life? Like, what mark on this world do you want to leave? And I think that was one of my major issues going to college there, along with many other ones. But it was the fact that I didn't know who I wanted to be or what I wanted to do, and I had no direction with leadership. It was probably why it was my least favorite major. I don't know. And so anyways, I was watching the fight. That's what was happening. I got distracted. Sorry. Because this is my favorite fight. Because I don't know how I won it. I just sort of YOLO'd it without having, you know, an Aegis of the Immortal. So I was reading that, and I haven't read any of the past ones. I have them somewhere in my room, but because I didn't want to see other people's success, because I would be very jealous, and then, well, not really jealous, but I would feel bad about myself. I would feel sort of ashamed that I didn't do anything. Like, it wasn't my... Like, for the girl who died, for example, like, she did all these things at such a young age, and here I am, same age, sort of the same opportunity, if not even more, or more inspiration, and I haven't done anything. So it was probably, it's more of that. It's more of just shaming myself or bad-mouthing myself, talking down to myself. I used to do that a lot. I'm literally my own worst critic. My inner voices are a lot worse than anything anyone else could tell me. But yeah. So I finally read this one. If you watch my Minecraft hardcore challenge videos, it came in. It's the mail my mom brought me that I told you guys. Why I had to pause the video. And so I was reading this, and I was reading all the things of all the people and all the things they did, and like all the volunteering, and because the leadership program, that's like the thing. It's leadership in volunteering and leadership to help the world. We had a great oh, sorry, I thought the video paused for absolutely no reason. it was, that was one of the big things, and one of the reasons I wasn't gonna finish my major, because I would have technically finished it, except I failed one class, and because I didn't turn in the paper, and well, I didn't turn in like 2 papers, so my bad, my B. I got like an A on that final though, and let me tell you something. You know it's a good program because the leadership finals were the hardest thing I had ever taken in my life. Literally the hardest thing I have ever taken in my life. We only had like 50-minute classes, and we were expected to do our midterms in that amount of time. And the only difference between our final and the midterm, you wouldn't want to know what that was, is one essay. And my final, and it was all written. I think, no, yeah, it was all written. We didn't have we didn't have any sort of like multiple choice sections. We had a section where we had to remember people's quotes. We had to remember their names, their full names. We had to remember what they wrote, what we read by them in our large book, where we read a bunch of leadership theories. We had to remember like what year, their concept. We had to learn like everything that you would have in the super were cited. We had to memorize like 50 of those, and then he would pick 10 out of those, and we would have to write down every single piece of information that I described above. That I described. And oh my god, and then we had a short answer where they would give us we had, I think, 3 of these, where they would give us a situation and we would have to describe what leadership style, what theory it was, what they were doing, why it was good, why it was bad, or both of them. Tell us what is good and what is bad about that leadership and how they're applying it. We had to write all of that down for 3 questions and 3 different situations. They were short answer, but I mean short answer for a lot of information, you know? And then we had another section where we just had to write down which leadership. They would give us a situation sort of like the other one, but we had to tell them why we thought which leadership theory we would use and why we would use it. And then we had an essay at the end because we did this. We had a partnership with the New York Times, and so we had to write papers where we would pick a New York Times article and apply one of the leadership theories we learned that semester or before then, and from that like quarter or whatever they were called, and use that. Oh, excuse me. And so our last essay was one of those. We had to write like a full-fledged essay for the most part. Like it had to be a good essay, and then do what we would do in the regular paper, but instead of, you know, normal things, we had to do that. So we had to do all of that in 50 minutes basically, and those were the most stressful things because it was like a history exam with like a critical thinking exam with like a philosophy exam it was just the most difficult thing ever, and I got an A on that final. I'm just saying that I should have passed that class. I did very well considering I didn't do other things. But yeah, I was reading all of this, and then we have like alternative spring breaks where instead of like going home or doing whatever, you go to, you have the opportunity to go to either South Dakota and work with the Native American Indian Indian reservation there, the Native American reservation in South Dakota, and another one. And then you got to help down in New Orleans, which if I had the money, I would have gone to New Orleans. But alas, I am not as privileged as a lot of these people. And then they also, the study abroad stuff, and so people do that with leadership, and a lot of volunteering goes into that, a lot of writing. And so I was reading all of this, and I'm like, like, what do I want to do? What am I passionate about? I feel rejuvenated for the first time in a very long time. What do I want to do with this newfound just clarity in my life? Along with, my major. And because before it was like, yeah, doing stuff with things, yay.
To the massacre.
Sorry, I was reading some things that I didn't know existed. Just some scholarships and prizes and stuff that people I know got. Good for them. I'm proud of them. I'm pretty sure I know one of our future presidents, guys. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I know him, and I follow him on Twitter. And so that's what I've been thinking of, really, these past few days. And by past few days, I mean like today, because I've been playing Dragon Age Origins, like, well, even yesterday and the day before, because I find it really refreshing the way that Dragon Age Origins makes their characters, because all of their characters are likable in some fashion. Even Morgan, guys, even Morgan. I know a lot of people dislike Morgan, but they're all like, they all have traits that you would like from someone. Like Alistair is like a puppy. Liliana is like that optimistic person, optimistic like student, that innocent girl next door type thing. Morgan has the whole I'm gonna speak my mind whether or not you like it, and a lot of people like that. She's my favorite character. Morgan is my favorite character. If I could romance her, I would have, but I can't. So I stuck with Liliana, which is good in and of itself. Because Liliana becomes a badass now that I finally finished her thing. And now that I have mana, we're gonna finish the game. So I'm close to finishing this. If you didn't see that, my age just popped, which is why I didn't want to go in, because I had very little mana. And so I was really thinking, because right now I'm at a place in my life where I can go or stay. Like I'm ready. I've always been very reluctant to make friends or start any meaningful relationships in any place I was, because I didn't know if I was gonna stay there. Like in Ohio, I didn't want to make any long-term friendships because I didn't know how long that was gonna last. Because I didn't want to be selfish in that way, and really it was selfish not doing it myself, like not giving myself up like that. But yeah. So now that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of like, what am I passionate about? And what would I want to fight for? And I think it's something to do with POC, with people of color and stuff like that. People of color in a lot of things, because I'm a minority in very many ways. Not just because I'm a person of color. Like I'm not as much of a minority as some people are, but I still feel enough. Like going from somewhere as diverse as where I was to somewhere as not diverse as where I went to college for 2 years. I saw how the other side lived and what they saw and why they don't see things like I see them. So, game over, yay! Let's see how delayed that was. But yeah, guys, so that's what's been on my mind lately. Just who I want to be in this life. And I think I'm starting to see a path being carved out, but man, Peter Warlock, I just looked at the death. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys are really passionate about something in particular, let me know down in the comments. I'm really interested to know. And if there's anything you want to talk about that I talked about in this episode, just let me know down in the comments. We can have a conversation down there. And yeah, I hope you guys are liking this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this format a little bit more. I might be looping a couple of things because I'm talking longer than the video ones. Oh god. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. This doesn't have a set schedule, so these episodes will go up whenever they go up. Alright guys, see you later. Bye!